Even though these angels, he don't quite understand it. He said, look, I will give you my 2 daughters. You can do what you want. At least that's after the normal order of things. Do what you want to do, but don't mess with these 2 men. And show you how messed up they are. These men not thinking about no women. They looking at some men. That show your mind is messed up when you get to this point. But you can change. You can change. And God know you can change. That's why he going to hold you accountable. But now go ahead. What verse?
Verse 9.
Go ahead.
And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
See, these people are totally arrogant. Sometimes you can be totally arrogant in your ways, and you think you right. You wrong as 2 left shoes, but you think you right. Totally arrogant. Lot trying to tell him, look, don't do that. He even offered his own daughter. That show you messed up if you a man and somebody offered you a woman and it don't mean nothing to you. You insulted because they offered you a woman. Something wrong with your thinking, brother. But now they said, look, he think he a judge. Who he think he is. Just like you might be upset with me because I'm reading the Bible to you. Go ahead, verse 10.
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door.
Go ahead.
And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Okay, so they tried to break Lot's door. The angel said, look, we done had enough of this. See, they come to check out Sodom anyway because they about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and all the suburbs. They about to destroy it. Lot don't really get the picture yet. So they said, look, we done had enough of this foolishness. They yanked Lot inside, shut the door, and since they angels, they got the power, they blinded the men at the door. Now they don't know what's going on. They already blinded spiritually, now they even got blinded physically. So then they going to tell Lot, they say the angels told Lot, look, it's time to go. We about to destroy this place. Why? Because they caught up on this sodomy. They caught up on it. Want to sleep with men instead of women. That's totally backwards. But now, let's go to verse 23 and go ahead.
The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar.
See, now they told Lot to get out. Lot got his daughters and he got out of there. Him, his daughters, and his wife. Even his own, the men that was supposed to be married to his daughters, they didn't even want to listen to Lot. Lot said, y'all better get out of here. The Lord going to destroy it. But they must have been caught up in it too because they said, oh, man, you tripping. Lord ain't going to do nothing. So they stayed there. Lot got out, the Lord did his business. What'd he do? Go ahead.
Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
See, the Lord did it. He rained fire and brimstone. Now, I guess we don't believe this now because now we're going to think it's okay to get caught up in this same foolishness that the people in Sodom and Gomorrah was caught up with. They had too much time on their hands. Now they done went to same-sex marriages, just like we doing now. Go ahead.
And he overthrew those cities and all the plain
and
all the inhabitants of the city that grew upon the ground.
See, the Lord overthrew everything. Read the next verse, 26.
But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt.
See, now the Lord the angel told Lot and his wife and his 2 daughters, get out of here now and don't even look back. His wife looked back and she turned to a pillar of salt. She must have had too much affection for Sodom and Gomorrah. Lord didn't like it. She even died. But now let's go to the New Testament. Go all the way to Jude, right before Revelation. Jude, the 1st chapter. It's only 1 chapter. Jude 1, and we're going to read 1 verse because we're going to let Jude explain the problem with Sodom. He's going to explain it to us and how it's not something for us to forget about and think that was something back then. No, it's something for us to learn. Learn an example. Jude 1, just go ahead and read verse 7. Go ahead.
Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
You see what he said? Even as Sodom and Gomorrah, the towns we just read about. He said, and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication. See, this is fornication. 2 men together, 2 women together, it's an odd form of fornication. You know if you can fornicate, if a man and a woman can fornicate, which is okay with God for a man and a woman to be together. But if they not operating in the matrimony in marriage and just thinking they're going to have some fun, that's fornication. So you know this weird out the way sex is fornication. 2 men and 2 women. He said, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going what?
After strange flesh.
And going after strange flesh. That's what you doing, brother. If you looking at another brother, you really going after strange flesh. Mm-hmm. Same thing for a sister to be looking at another woman. You going after strange flesh. It is out of the norm all the way. He said, look, they gave themselves over to fornication, going after strange flesh. What is that for us? Go ahead.
Are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
He said, look, now that is an example for us to learn from. They got that fire and they got destroyed. All the towns got destroyed. Now let's go to 1 Kings 15. So